Hello.
No idea.
Hello there.
Hello. Good evening. After what time of? Yeah, we're evening now, aren't we? Yeah, about 5 o'clock. Evening. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Bit of Jesting. How is everybody this evening? Yes, it's slightly earlier than normal. Normally we stream sort of 7ish. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Thursday with last week, but I'm starting a bit early tonight. I actually wanted to start about an hour ago, but I had a bit of pre-setup stuff to do. Primarily because football match I want to watch at 8:30. So I started early tonight. But yeah, this is the first stream in our retro week we're doing this week, as I kind of promised we'd do. So we're going to finish off our 60th anniversary this evening, which is 2 missions left, what we've been doing the last month or so. And then Wednesday.
Ha ha ha!
Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its mission? To explore strange new worlds, to discover new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Demon World.
Though the Enterprise's primary...
Captain Patterson report.
The Republic...
Our orders are to proceed to Alpha Proxima, sir. I am picking up primitive radio broadcasts from Proxima 3, sir, but nothing from Scythe.
We are out of sensor range, Captain. I suggest we orbit the asteroid.
Entering standard orbit.
A sensor scan of Scythe reveals surface features consistent with damage left by a nuclear attack. It would seem to have been a target during Proxima's war.
Scythe rained fury down on the planet and then left on a dance of victory. A missile base, Captain?
It would seem to make sense.
Captain, I just monitored a narrow beam message from Scythe to Proxima 3. I don't have it all. I just caught a bit of the initial burst. I'm attempting a translation, but it appears to be a computer code.
Any response from the planet?
The Proxtrites will not have the equipment necessary to understand and reply to that code for another 25.6 years at their present rate of development. I suggest we beam down, sir. The surface is hostile, but survivable for a short time. Still translating, Captain. Still translating, Captain.
Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the con.
Captain, Mr. Scott wishes to speak with you.
Mr. Scott?
Aye, we've had some slight problems with the transporters.
We didn't notice anything beaming down.
Just a glitch in the main transporter program. Mr. Kyle is loading a backup and we're performing tests. The transporters will be down for about an hour.
That will still give us plenty of time, Scotty.
I know. I have the lads in engineering doing a complete overhaul of the ship's systems.
Good, Mr. Scott. I'll keep you posted. Kirk out.
The atmosphere is breathable, Jim, but hardly nourishing. We should either get inside or go back to the ship.
You get no response.
Area secure, Captain.
Aside from the security door on what should be a lifeless planetoid, this place is unremarkable.
He doesn't seem to be in a talkative mood.
As expected, Captain, the source of power emanations lies beyond that door.
A power source that has lasted millennia and endured major catastrophes. That's fascinating, Mr. Spock.
Do you have Vulcan blood, Ensign?
No, sir.
The rocks have a high quantity of triphosphorus silver in them. Large quantities of atmosphere are being circulated through these rocks. I would guess there are storage units within this satellite which are constantly replacing the atmosphere that is lost because of this moon's weak gravity.
Which means that this moon might still be inhabited, Mr. Spock.
We have detected no signs of life, Captain, but the possibility does exist.
This looks like a heavy-duty security door built into the side of a hill on this moon. You fail to obtain anything. You fail to obtain... You retrieve a rock. You retrieve a rock. You retrieve a rock. You retrieve a... Triphosphate silver.
Captain, I'm afraid we got a wee problem here.
What is it, Scotty?
There is some sort of virus in the main computer. Our phasers and tractor beams have been disabled, and there's no way we're getting them back in 3 hours.
There goes our backup plan. Do what you can, Mr. Scott.
Aye, I will, Captain. I may yet have a trick or two that I can pull, but don't count on any miracles.
Isolate that virus. That's your #1 priority.
That it is, Captain. We'll keep you informed. Scott out.
This heavy-duty door has taken numerous micrometeorite strikes but still appears solid. It looks like some sort... This is a keypad that looks functional.
The door still appears to be in operating condition. Working display panel, Captain. There is power running to the keypad. That did not seem to work, Captain. Perhaps we should try a number that had some significance to them. Remember, they were very superstitious. The origin point for the broadcast to Uhura Monitor was approximately 50 meters beyond this door. That did not seem to work, Captain. Perhaps we should try a number that had some significance to them. Remember, they were very superstitious. This appears to be a dust-covered lens of some sort.
A lens sits above the doorway, but is it mere decoration? It looks like some sort of display panel.
Spock, see what you can do.
That did not seem to work, Captain. Perhaps...
There is nothing at the moment from... Your situation, Mr. Scott.
We're still looking for the virus, Captain. I even have Lieutenant Uhura looking through the computer system. I never realized the last was so good with them.
Check her record, Mr. Scott. She was in the top 10% of her class in computer systems analysis.
We'll find that virus soon, Captain, or I'm an Englishman.
Just do your best, Scotty. Kirk out. Your situation, Mr. Scott.
We're still looking for the...
Check a record, Mr. Scott.
We'll find that...
Just do your best.
Raising shield. Lowering
Arming weapons.
Raising shields.
Disarming weapons.
Lowering shields, Captain. Target analysis. Target analysis on.
We are out of sensor range, Captain. I suggest we orbit the asteroid.
I am picking up primitive radio broadcasts from Proxima 3, sir, but nothing from Scythe.
Entering standard orbit.
A sensor scan of Scythe reveals surface features consistent with damage left by a nuclear attack. It would seem to have been a target during Proxima's war.
Scythe rained fury down on the planet and then left on a dance of victory. A missile base, Captain?
It would seem to make sense.
Captain, I just monitored a narrow beam message from Scythe to Proxima 3. I don't have it all. I just caught a bit of the initial burst. I'm attempting a translation, but it appears to be a computer code.
Any response from the planet?
The Proxtrites will not have the equipment necessary to understand and reply to that code for another 25.6 years at their present rate of development. Still translating, Captain.
Scythe. A large asteroid in an elliptical orbit in the Alpha Proxima system. Spectral analysis of its composition indicates that it has minimal atmosphere and that it was once a moon of the planet Proxtrae, hurled out of its orbit by a catastrophe. The 17th letter of the Lucre alphabet is named Scythe, probably not by coincidence. Scythe. A large asteroid in an elliptical orbit in the Alpha Proxima system. Spectral analysis of its composition indicates that it has minimal atmosphere and that it was once a moon of the planet Proxtrae, hurled out of its orbit by a catastrophe. The 17th letter of the Lucre alphabet is named Scythe, probably not by coincidence. Scythe. Proxtrae, the third planet in the Alpha Proxima system. This Class M planet is widely habitable except for zones of extreme radioactivity on the southern continent. About 1,000 years ago, the two dominant political systems, the Lucres and the Sophs, engaged in a nuclear war that resulted in the deaths of 3/4 of the world's population through direct or collateral damage. Proxtrae's current civilization is non-spacefaring and does not have contact with the Federation. Alpha Proxima, star system with 5 planets. Alpha Proxima 3, Proxtrae, and Alpha Proxima 4, Gazel, are both inhabited worlds. Gazel, a Class M world in the Alpha Proxima system. Alpha Proxima 4, a member of the Federation and a popular leisure world. Gazel is also a major center for galactic archaeology and has many museums.
Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have...
Captain, Mr. Scott wishes to speak with you.
Mr. Scott?
Aye, we've had...
We didn't notice it.
Just a...
That was...
I know.
Good, Mr. Scott.
The rocks have a high... large quantities of atmosphere.
Which means that this moon might still be inhabited, Mr. Spock.
We have detected no signs of life, Captain, but the possibility does exist.
You retrieve a rock.
As expected, Captain, the source of power emanations lie...
A power source that has lasted...
Do you have...
No, sir.
The door still appears...
Captain, I'm afraid we could...
What is it, Scott?
There is some...
There goes our backup.
Aye, I will, Captain.
Isolate that...
That it is, Captain.
This appears to be a duct. A working display panel. There is power running to the key.
There's nothing there required. There's not much I can do for cosmic radiation. It's best if we find some cover indoors.
That did not seem to work, Captain. Perhaps we should try a number that had some significance to them. Remember, they were very superstitious.
Spock, see what you can do.
That did not seem to...
There is nothing at the moment. There is nothing at the moment.
Working display panel, Captain. That did not seem... That did not seem to work, Captain. That did not seem...
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Spock, see what you can...
That worked. I see you deduced that 10200 in the Lucre's Base 3 was equal to their sacred number 99.
Report, Scotty. How are things going?
About as badly as a kilt in a blast furnace, Captain. Wait a minute. Lieutenant Uhura has some news for you.
The virus came from our sensor sweep of the moon's computers. We believe we have analyzed the memory sectors it attacked.
Well done, Uhura.
I wish I could take credit for it. It was Mr. Kyle who found the pattern. We are attacking it with antivirus programs.
Computer science sounds more like medicine every day.
If we had a doctor as good with computers as you are with patients, we'd be having a lot fewer problems.
Finally, someone who appreciates me.
Keep working at it, Uhura. Kirk out.
This door is similar to the one on the outside of the secure lock, except that it has not weathered over the years. Electrical panels indicate the keypad on the right controls the door. A computer terminal, Captain. It uses the Lucre alphabet. I think I can decipher it.
Spock, see what you can do with it.
The console reports the following. Welcome to Orbital Missile Base. Codename Scythe. This base has been operational for the past week. It has completed one successful fire mission. Estimation of success is at 22 over 100.
22%? That's very low. Hardly something to brag about.
Doctor, in Base 3, 22 divided by 100 is equivalent to 8 out of 9, or 88%. I would think that quite satisfactory, given this base's probable mission of destroying the soft forces on Proxtree.
It says the base has been operational for a week, but this has been here for 1,000 years.
If the Lucres built this base with a clock that told the time by measuring the moon's rotational speed, or the gravitational forces generated by Proxtree and the sun, the computer may have calculated only a week of time has passed since its first action. I might be able to learn more with another look at the console. There is a substantial amount of data here, but in summary, Scythe was created by the Lucres as a launching platform for missiles to keep the Softs subjugated to their influence. The Softs managed to infiltrate the base, However, their actions triggered Scythe's auto-attack mechanisms and initiated a holocaust that nearly annihilated the planet. One soft strike did, in fact, hit the moon and deflected it from its orbit. It has been dormant since then.
So why has the base been activated again?
Given the damage to the moon, its slow rotation and orbit, it has never realized the war is over. On this pass, for the first time, it has detected radio wave transmissions from Proxtree. Because it does not recognize them, it assumes the softs are still active. Its transmission to the planet, I would assume, was some sort of a check beacon to see if it should continue its mission.
Jim, let's return to the ship and blast this place to destroy its weapons.
Doctor, this moon is a god to the people down there. If we destroy it, we will violate the Prime Directive.
Spock is right, Bones. Spock, what are the chances that we could decode the transmission and send a stop code to the base?
In trinary or decimal?
Spock!
1.327 million to 1, provided the archaeological studies about Lucre's languages are correct. Our other option is to get into this base and see if we can bring the computers down. This says, dominant people, only to dominate things beyond these submissive walls. My guess is that only authorized personnel were allowed beyond this door.
Dominance seemed to be very important to these people. No wonder the Lucre were so warlike.
Actually, Ensign, they differ from your culture, only in that their language was explicit in their expressions of dominance and submission, rather than implied.
You fail to obtain anything. You fail to obtain any.
Spock, see what you can do with that lock. Spock, see what you can...
That did not work, Captain. It is probable this lock also uses a number of some significance.
Spock, see what you can do with it.
Fascinating. If the Federation language studies were correct, the ideograph for the word scythe in the Lucre's language is the 17th symbol in their alphabet that corresponds with 122 in base 3.
Captain, we have a cure for the computer virus.
Well done, Uhura.
I modified Cathral C to exclusively attack the Lucre virus. They annihilated each other, Captain.
Fascinating, Lieutenant.
The Klingons aren't going to be happy to learn that they helped us. How about the phasers and tractor beams?
We may get the tractor beams online in time, Captain. I'm afraid even the backup phaser transmission codes were affected. We could destroy some missiles manually, but if this complex decides to launch more than 10 missiles at a time...
Understood. The ball is in our court. We'll give it our best shot. Kirk out.
This door is made from remarkably dense alloys. Even our most powerful phaser rifle or welder would not be able to penetrate it.
The thing must be almost as tough as a starship hull.
Indeed, Ensign, and considerably thinner. A remarkable achievement in metallurgical engineering. This panel has a slot in it rather than a keypad. The slot bears traces of triphosphorate silver, and power is currently running to it. I am recording the pattern of this lock into my tricorder. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report.
There's nothing there requiring a ship.
There we go. What I was saying was, the cable must have come out and I wasn't looking. Was that we basically, what you've missed is we've been down to this planet at the moon to investigate this base that was left over from war. And just go and discover that its weapon system's still active, so we need to deactivate it. And then meanwhile, the Enterprise has got a computer virus on it, which apparently she's been in control now. It's nice that your thing came. I've kind of kept it under wraps about what we're doing for our 25th anniversary stream thing. It's good that it's working though. And I'll be doing some the next Wednesday night we're doing DOS stream, X-DOS, and then Thursday night we're doing PlayStation stream with PlayStation. So part of Retro Week. We need some sort of key card to open that door.
Can't say I like the decor.
The Lucres did not leave behind many examples of their architecture.
I can see why.
Everything. The only thing we picked up so far some rocks.
Captain, with the 3K AG content of the surface rocks and the tricorder scan of the pattern inside the lock, I believe the laser drill can be used to fashion the ID card needed to open the sealed door in the other chamber.
Yeah, we just need you to get a Saturday off, don't we, and then we can do it. Okay.
These are display panels for the laser drill. They are still functional. These are a storage box of some kind. I detect no dangerous substances. The drill is unremarkable, except its aiming component is corroded and frozen in place.
Actually, that was quite quick for that thing to arrive through, considering you ordered it like a week ago, less than a week ago.
Nothing to report.
There's nothing there requiring a ship's doctor.
You're right. This is a mess.
Why was I even brought down on this mission, Jim? I'm a doctor, not a welder.
Looks like a museum piece to me, Captain.
This is one heck of a museum, Ensign.
Still a mess, though.
This technology is cruder and less efficient than the rest of the complex, Captain.
Okay then, Mr. Spock, do your thing on the computer.
These are display panels. The mine shaft was drilled out of the lunar rock by a laser device, similar to the one mounted in the ceiling. These are display panels.
Spock, why don't you check out those laser drill controls?
Oh, cranky. 1, 10, 100.
There is nothing at the moment from...
These are display panels.
Spock, why don't you check out those laser drill controls?
I don't know.
Spock, why don't you check out...
Captain, the machine requests the proper coordinates before it may perform this operation.
There is nothing at the moment from... There is nothing at the moment. There is nothing at the moment from...
I fail to see the lot.
What's in the box, Mr. Spock?
Nothing to report. Nothing to
Okay, can we get something out of there? What did we get? Didn't tell me where I go. Oh, that wire.
A length of wire with some sort of connector at each end.
Spock, why don't you check out those...
Feels like we need to do something with that, isn't it? What the rocks that we picked up?
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
I used the keycard pattern scanned from the lock to program the drill. It should now be able to make a template of the keycard in the rock.
Oh, okay. So that's what we did wrong.
Spock, why don't you check out those...
I just don't know what set.
You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain anything. You fail to...
Spock, why don't you check out those...
You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain...
Spock, why don't you check out...
The laser drill has cut a template for the keycard in the stone.
Getting somewhere now.
You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain anything.
Pick up the
You fail to obtain...
keycard.
You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain anything. You fail to obtain...
How's it automatically giving us the keycard? No, it hasn't. Probably quite click it.
You fail to obtain any... You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain...
Unlike the surface rocks, nothing to report. Unlike the surface rocks, the ore here is unremarkable.
You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain anything. You fail to... You fail to obtain anything. You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain any... You fail to obtain any... You fail to obtain any... You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain anything. You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain...
Click on somewhere, but I don't...
You fail to obtain any... You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain... You fail to obtain anything.
Find out loud. Look up. Ah, I know what we're doing wrong. I think I missed. Wasn't clear.
This appears to be the brain of Scythe. There are two identical but isolated computers that communicate with a third, which controls the launch of missiles.
It's complicated.
This computer is functional and performing an average 1.2 million operations per second. This computer is functional and performing an average 0.75 million operations per second. A crude uranium-235 nuclear device with lithium beryllium shells to increase heavy particle fallout. A crude uranium-235 nuclear device with lithium beryllium shells to increase heavy particle fallout. A crude uranium-235... All three of the computers in this room are... This computer directly controls the missile launch system. There is no way to interface with it directly, but the other two computers are accessible. A crude readings indicate an extremely high radiation level beyond those doors. It would be fatal to proceed beyond them. All three of the computers in...
There's nothing there requiring a ship's...
Welcome to Scythe Operations Center, Omega Unit. Estimated time to optimal launch range is 1.31 hours adjusted. Welcome to Scythe Operations Center, Alpha Unit. Estimated time to optimal launch range is 3.21 hours adjusted.
Captain, something is wrong with the computers. They may be twins, but they are not identical.
It appears they are out of sync, Captain. I have to assume the Alpha unit has a virus, which is using up an incredible amount of computing time.
They report different optimum launch times, which is right.
Given the elliptical orbit and the range at which they will pass Prux Street, the Omega unit is correct, but the window is very narrow. A variation of minutes will mean the missiles run out of fuel and fall harmlessly into the sun.
Can you reprogram the Lucas computer to give us that time, Mr. Spock?
Reprogramming an old alien computer is not simple, Captain. The odds against success are 10,221 to 1 against.
Too bad old Omega Year couldn't just take a sick day and miss the firing.
Because the two machines are isolated, the virus did not spread from one to the other.
If we could only bridge them.
Well, we've got wire, haven't we?
The connector snaps into place.
Oh, music's changed.
Mr. Spock, why don't you take a look at those computers?
Welcome to Scythe Operations Center, Omega Unit. Estimated time to optimal launch range is 1.54 hours. Adjusted.
The launched missiles will run out of fuel before they reach Proxtree. They will drift into the sun and burn up.
Kirk to Enterprise, how are the transporters, Scotty?
They're operational again, Captain. We're ready to bring you back at any time.
Bring us home.
Well, that was a fairly easy mission, wasn't it? Compared to some of the previous ones.
Message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have read your report on the problems at Proxima 3 and evaluate your performance at 96%. You and your crew received 3 commendation points. The top brass at Starfleet are impressed. Outstanding work, Jim.
Hard to believe that Earth came so close to the brink itself.
Vulcans, too. Both, in the end, looked into the abyss and came to the only logical conclusion.
Logic? Humans? I'm dreaming, Jim.
Sometimes it is harder and braver to make peace rather than war.
Sounds like emotion had its part to play in a positive sense, too.
I don't know about you, but I'd like to bid an emotional goodbye to Alpha Proxima myself.
Take us out of orbit, Mr. Suda.
Now, on to the final mission. I've never got this far into the game with this game. I've only ever done the first mission.
Vengeance.
Captain's log. We are arriving at the last known position of the USS Republic, which reported that it was under attack 12 hours ago.
Captain, the ship's sensors have picked up what appears to be a starship. Minimal life support, minimal engine power, and only 2 life forms, one on the bridge, the other in sickbay. Both appear to be gravely injured. It is the Republic.
The fact that the mission's titled Vengeance doesn't spoil good, does
Spock,
it?
come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the con.
I am preparing an information packet for Starfleet.
things.
Shall
One,
I send it or wait for you to
We didn't
return?
get a Starfleet
Send it now.
briefing, and
If
two,
a hostile ship
automatically
arrives,
going to
head
be
immediately
over.
for Starbase 24. Wait until we get back. No sense giving Starfleet incomplete information. If anyone else arrives, beam us aboard and raise shield. Send it now. If a hostile ship arrives, head immediately for Starbase 24.
Yes, that seems like the... Interesting, isn't it? No Starfleet brief and no... It's automatically being
My
requested.
God, Jim, what kind of butcher would do something like this?
I don't know, Bones. We're too far from the Klingon and Romulan borders for it to be one of their ships.
Enterprise to Captain Kirk.
Kirk here. What is it, Scott?
We picked up a distress signal. It appears a trading vessel is having a wee bit of trouble with her warp drive. What condition is the Republic in?
It's a mess, Scotty. Life support's functioning, but that's about it.
I've done a primary scan of the Republic's systems. Main and auxiliary power is out. Life support is stable. I also read that communications are operable.
Should we beam you back, Captain?
Do the sensors read any other ships in the sector?
Besides the trade vessel, this sector is clear, sir.
Mr. Scott, we will continue here. Assist the trade ship and return here. If we need assistance, we'll contact you.
You sure you'll be all right, Captain?
Yes, Scotty, just don't take too long. Kirk out. Well, gentlemen, let's see if we can re-establish power.
Jim, don't forget. There's another survivor on board. We've got to find him.
First things first.
Save new game. Replace previous.
Okay, let's find out what we're working with here.
Captain, records indicate that this ship was attacked by a Constitution-class starship.
Any idea of which one it was?
Whoa,
I am reading a record of the
starship, Captain.
transponder signal, NCC 1701. It's the Enterprise, Captain.
Someone must have tampered with the computer records.
May I remind you, Doctor, that the main computer of a Constitution-class starship has
unless-
safeguards against
yeah.
such an intrusion. Furthermore,
Unless it's the mirror
I do not
enterprise,
see any
maybe.
discrepancies in any of the files that I am able to access. Tricorder readings indicate that the ship is running on minimal battery power. Only life support and essential systems are currently running. Nothing to report. There are no more computer entries accessible from this station. This is a standard tritanium-duranium support beam. Tricorder readings indicate that although it has experienced enough tensile stress to push it from one side of its mooring, it has not elastically deformed beyond its ability to support a compressive load.
Thanks for the dissertation, Spock.
My tricorder has picked up the final entry of the Republic.
We're under attack. Our sensors are inoperative. We're trying to get shields up. Our rear deflectors down. It appears our enemy is a Constitution-class starship. We've tried to defend ourselves. We've hailed them, but no response.
That's all there is, Captain.
Dick Patterson was never one for making long speeches.
Oh, we should get McCoy to scan the bodies, right?
They're dead, Jim. All of them.
I mean, I could have told you that.
We're too late. This man must have died just a few moments ago.
Can you bring him back?
Punctured lung, nerve damage, brain damage, fractured arm and ribs. It's a miracle he lasted as long as he did. He's not coming back, Jim. They're dead, Jim. All of them. They're dead, Jim. All of them.
Random question, this minute, but do you use do you use a dentist in Wellington by any chance? What if you screen? Did you scan that?
Tricorder readings indicate that the ship is running on
You fail to obtain. You fail to obtain.
Oh, okay. Just
You fail to obtain anything.
NHS dentist in Wellington. The only NHS one around here, and it's closing down. And my dad was supposed to he's going to the dentist today because he's having a tooth removed, and then they're putting a bridge in. And he turned up to the dentist today for his appointment, and they said, we can take your tooth out, but we can't put the bridge in because we're closing down. And he's like, well, what's the point in taking it out and putting nothing in its place? So he's just not it done. So he's been ringing around this afternoon to find other dentists, but they all seem to be private ones around here. So yeah, so next time you need a dentist, there isn't any NHS ones around. I spoke to Rod earlier. He goes to he uses the private one in Crook, but it's quite expensive to go private these days. It's like the difference now is that if you were to go to an NHS one, you would cost you about 20 quid for a checkup. If you go to a private one, it costs about 50 quid. It's a big difference.
There are no more computer. Tricorder readings indicate that I failed to see. Tricorder reading. Tricorder readings indicate.
Can we leave the bridge? Oh, we got a map. Most places inaccessible. Yes, Frey is destroyed. You can only go to yellow areas. Bridge. Auxiliary control. Sick bay. Engineering. Transport room. Weapons bay. That's it. Auxiliary control.
There's nothing more I can do.
That's a bit alarming that there's a...
Nothing to report. Nothing to report. Readings of the door indicate a jam in the gear mechanism. This is a molecular saw, Captain. It is used for precision cutting. My tricorder reads that the power cells are fully charged. The vent is far too small for any one of us to fit through. It is also blocked 0.3 meters inside the duct. Tricorder indicates that the panel is currently sealed by Federation standard molecular bonding cement.
Yep.
You retrieve the molecular saw. You fail to obtain...
Okay.
The door is jammed shut. The molecular saw will not penetrate a...
From my lessons at the Academy, sir, we were told that a standard issue Federation phaser does not have enough power to cut through a security door.
Okay. There must be something else somewhere else we've got to pick up then.
They're dead, Jim. All of them.
The debris is highly unstable, Captain. I recommend we try to find a support of some kind to secure the ceiling.
Oh, I wonder if we could have picked up that beam on the bridge.
The support beam is still attached.
So now.
The molecular saw easily cuts through the beam, separating it from the hull. You pick up the beam. It's a little heavy, but you manage it.
Excellent.
There is far too much debris. You fail to obtain...
He's dead, Jim. I can't bring him back.
I can't believe it. That's Brittany Murata. I knew her from my academy days. We studied alien history together.
She's suffering from severe trauma and internal bleeding. I'll see what I can do.
Do what you can, Bones. I need to find out what happened here.
She's in bad shape, Jim. I've tried to stabilize her, but it doesn't look good. She's in bad shape, Jim. I've tried to stabilize.
No, you won't get us.
Murata, what happened?
They said it was the Enterprise. They had visual confirmation.
What about the Enterprise?
You killed us, Jim. We were friends for I trusted you.
It wasn't the Enterprise, Murata.
There's nothing more I can do.
You retrieve the medical drill. Nothing happens.
There's nothing more I can...
Dead. Oh, well, we were supposed to save him, but never mind.
Nothing to report.
There's nothing there required.
Well, gentlemen, let's see if we can re-establish power.
Okay, maybe the drill will work on the door, maybe. Also, can we remove that?
You fail to obtain any... Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Captain, it would be unwise to use your phaser considering the already extensive damage sustained by the Republic.
Nothing happens. The drill easily breaks through the seal of the panel.
Initial scans show that the gear mechanism is currently jammed with metallic debris.
The panel opens easily. The debris is jammed in too tight.
Alright.
The saw is too bulky to reach the... The drill is not powerful enough.
We need something else.
This turbo lift cannot reach that area of the ship. This turbo lift cannot...
Find the other turbo lift then.
Captain, using... The ceiling appears stable. We should now be able to use Turbo Lift 2, Captain.
You've taken the cable. You fail to obtain...
Captain, I'm picking up a functioning energy source in the immediate vicinity.
Interesting. Let's get a bit dark now, so let's get a proper light.
Nothing to report. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain.
You fail to obtain...
I'm picking up a high energy...
Oh my God, Jim, is that what I think it is?
Yes, Doctor. It is a portable fusion power pack.
A few centimeters lower with that phaser and half this section would be history, not to mention us.
Actually, Doctor, 3.2 centimeters. And based on our proximity to the explosion and the angle of the beam...
Thank you, Spock. I think we get the point.
Oh, this is the guy down there.
This person's dead, Jim.
A standard portable fusion power pack. It is fully functional, Captain.
Pick that up.
You pick up the portable fusion power pack.
This is an engineering circuit junction box. It is used for temporary rerouting of power. Without using one of these devices set to the proper impedance, an overload can occur.
This is much too...
It is illogical to use this machine before we have something connected to it. The impulse engines are intact, Captain. We could use the fusion reactors from the impulse engines to restore power, but the lines have been severed to the power regulator.
Can we reroute the power lines?
We should be able to, Captain, if we can find a suitable supply of power cable. We will need to route the power through a junction box so we can set an impedance level. A direct connection to the regulator would cause an overload.
A portable fusion power pack. Nothing happens. 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 You fail to obtain...
I guess there's one more item we need. Oh, there's two more transport a bit.
Captain, it would be unwise to use your phaser.
I certainly see nothing there. This person's dead.
Surprisingly, the transporter controls have escaped damage. Surprisingly, nothing to report. Nothing to report.
Spock, please check.
The impulse engines are not generating any power for this system.
You fail to obtain.
Nothing to report. Captain, it would be unwise to use your phaser considering...
You fail to obtain any. You pick up a length of cable.
Okay.
Turbo lift access is blocked by an extremely high radiation level.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Bit confused. Tell you what, actually, while I think about it. I think I'm going to take a quick break because I haven't had one yet. So I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back. Right. I'm back. That was a quick break. Right, okay, let's have a few things. Firstly, we looked at that. Right. As I mute the game.
The closet opens, revealing a library of engineering technical journals. You fail to obtain... The oil canister is bolted to... You take the engineering technical... These are the controls to the Republic's... You connect a length of cable between the impulse engine and the junction box.
Well, on that one, happy days.
You connect a length of cable between the regulator circuits and the junction box.
Nice. Oh, it's got you do indeed. Okay. Make the wiring up, but there's something else we need.
You pick up the empty hypodermic injector.
We use that needle on the oil thing. And engineering we might be able to open that door up in auxiliary control.
The hypo is now filled with multipurpose oil.
Nice.
This turbo lift.
That now loosen now.
The oil seeps into and loosens the debris. The gears are completely cleared of debris. The panel is open. The panel is open.
Ah, we're near now.
The impulse power allocation controls are functional, but there is no power available, Captain.
These are the auxiliary helm and navigation controls for the Republic. Though they are intact, the ship is in no condition to move under her own power.
This input-output slot for the record decks is still functional, Captain. The impulse power...
Mr. Spock, what is the status of the ship's computer?
There is extensive damage to the main processing unit of the ship's computer. It will take several days at a starbase to repair.
We don't have several days, Mr. Spock.
Unless we can find a suitable computational alternative, there will be no way to control the ship's systems.
That's just great, Spock. We don't exactly carry an M5 computer in our inventory.
Correct, Doctor. However, there may be another alternative. Linked tricoders, along with the circuits in the data reader, should have the processing power necessary to control a single Starship system.
Thank goodness for parallel processing. I don't know what computers could do without it.
This input-output... This input-out... This input-out...
These are the auxiliary... These are the auxiliary...
Mr. Spock, what is the status of the ship?
There is extensive...
We don't have several days.
Unless we can find...
That's just great.
Correct, Doctor.
Thank goodness for...
There is nothing at the moment from... There is nothing at the moment. There is nothing at the moment from me to... Spock, what is the situation?
There is...
Spock, what is the situation?
There is currently no power to be allocated from the engines.
There is nothing at the moment.
No, why are we going out with it?
These are the auxiliary... These are the auxiliary... These are the auxiliary helm...
I fail to see...
You take the record decks.
Oh, which one's the record deck?
These are Federation stand...
Captain's log. Stardate 6087.6. The Republic is currently approaching the Vardane system. Sensors have detected unusual energy fluctuations near one of the Vardanian moons. Starfleet has ordered us to investigate. Captain's log, Stardate 6087.8. We are under attack by 2 unidentified ships. I don't know how they could have approached undetected. They must have some kind of cloaking device, although there are no reports of Romulans in this sector. Captain's log. Stardate 6088.1. We have successfully driven off our assailants. Major damage has been sustained by our warp engines. Communications has reported that USS Enterprise is in sector. I requested Mr. Scott's assistance in repairing damage to the Republic. With luck, we will be fully operational in a couple of days.
Captain's log Stardate 6088.5. First Officer Andrade commanding. The Enterprise has inexplicably opened fire upon us. Captain Patterson has been mortally wounded. We have sustained major damage to all systems. Impulse power is out. We cannot understand why.
There are no more log decks, Captain.
Okay, back to engineering.
This turbo lift cannot...
Please select...
Spock? Captain, the wrong setting on this particular device may cause...
Nothing happens. This is a set of engineering technical journals. These are the controls to the Republic's... Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Captain, I have examined the engineering journals. According to Chapter 18, we can run...
Jim, do we really need a lesson in starship engineering?
Spock, just tell me if they will help.
Why, yes, Captain. This turbo lift.
Please select...
Spock? Captain, the information obtained from the engineering journals indicates the correct impedance setting to be 19,000 ohms.
Go ahead and adjust the settings, Spock.
Here we go.
Power has now been restored, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain. There has been a 0.0003 degradation in hull integrity in the last hour. There should be no danger, Captain.
remind me to compliment Mr. Scott on the efficiency of his engineering section.
Given that Mr. Scott has received a Starfleet citation on 5 occasions for efficiency, I do not see the logic in your suggestion, Doctor.
This reminds me of a poem I read when I was a child. I am Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look upon my works, ye mighty, and despair.
You have good reason to despair here, Jim.
Tragic, Captain. This is one of the greatest disasters in Starfleet history.
Let's go back to the control, eh?
Mr. Spock, what is the...
There is no power allocated to the weapons system, Captain.
There is nothing at the moment from... There is nothing at the moment for me to do there. There is nothing at the moment. Spock, what is the situation?
The main computer is too badly damaged to actively control the power circuits.
Mr. Spock, what is the status of the ship?
There is extensive damage to the main processing unit of the ship's computer. It will take several days at a starbase to repair.
We don't have several days, Mr. Spock.
Unless we can find a suitable computational alternative, there will be no way to control the ship's systems.
That's just great, Spock. We don't
Correct, Doctor.
Thank goodness for...
Spock crudely attaches the science tricorder to the computer console.
I fail to see the logic.
Mr. Spock, what is the status?
There is extensive damage to the main process.
We don't have several...
Unless we...
That's just
correct, Doctor.
Thank goodness for...
There's nothing there.
Nothing happens.
It's a medical involved.
Spock crudely attaches the medical tricorder to the computer console.
Both tricorders are rigged into the main computer's central processing unit. We now have enough computational power to control a single ship's system.
Mr. Spock, what is the status?
The tricorders are currently operating at 12.69%.
Captain, look! An Alasi ship.
That ship was cloaked.
Fascinating.
Is that all you could say?
Captain, I suggest we try to raise the shields.
These are the auxiliary helm. These are the auxiliary helm. These are the auxiliary.
Mr. Spock, what is the condition?
There is no power. I fail to see the... With impulse power online and the tricorders performing computer control, I can divert power to...
Weapons. Shields. Transporters. Weapons. Shields.
Shields are up, sir.
Captain, we are being hailed by the Alasi, Captain.
Put it on screen, Spock.
Well, if it isn't Captain Kirk.
fancy meeting you out here all alone in such a shabby starship.
What do you want?
You should be more civil, considering your Enterprise is far away on a mercy mission helping that poor traitor.
It was a setup?
I can see why they made you captain.
I assume since you haven't blasted us to bits, you want something.
Why, yes I do. It seems you failed to give one of my associates some rather important information.
The Masada, I presume. You want the locations of all your imprisoned comrades?
Yes, Kirk. The Republic's computers will have the data just as your Enterprise would. I give you 1 minute to comply.
Just try and get it. You can't threaten me. It will take time. The controls are smashed and the main computer's badly damaged. It will take hours to get power to the computer banks. Just try and get it. It will take time.
Maybe I should just pump a few torpedoes into your shields and check it out for myself.
The Republic will fall apart if you fire on us. Then you'll never get the data.
All right, Kirk. We'll do it your way. I would rather not kill you. Besides, as an old friend that wants to meet you, I give you 30 minutes. And remember, no tricks.
Captain, the main computer is far beyond.
Shut up, Spock.
30 minutes then. Kirk out.
Fascinating.
I'm not one to overlook strategic implications, Mr. Spock.
Cloak Delassi. I wonder who the old friend they mentioned is.
I don't know, Bones.
Captain, do you suppose the Alassi might have used cloaking technology to project a false image of a ship the Republic would trust?
That is beyond the Alassi's capabilities, Ensign.
I mean, a lot. A lot, indeed.
This turbo lift.
Yes, I remember. Gonna go here. Click on here. It's a portable power thing, right?
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Spock, please.
Captain, there is no power.
There is nothing at the moment from me to...
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Spock, would it be possible to connect the fusion power pack directly into the transporter power circuits?
Fascinating. It can be done. However, the transporter will only be able to transport a single person.
Do it, Spock.
I fail to see the lock.
Spock, please check out...
This unit is fully functional, but I do not see the logic in using it at this time, Captain. The Enterprise is out of range for transport.
Okay.
Spock, please check out the
Captain, there are...
Spock, please check...
This unit is fully functional. Captain, there are no coordinates set for the transporter. Captain, there are no Captain, there are no... I fail to see the... This unit is fully functional. I fail to see the logic in that action, Captain.
Don't understand how to go with it.
I fail to see the logic. Captain, there are no coordinates. I fail to see the... This unit is fully functional. I fail to see the... I fail to see the... I fail to see... Captain, there are no I fail to see the... This turbo lift. With impulse power online.
Weapons. Shields.
Power has all...
With impulse power...
Weapons.
Captain, the Alliance...
Mr. Spock, what is the...
There is no...
There is nothing at the moment. Mr. Spock, what is this?
The tricorders... With impulse power online.
Weapons.
Captain, the Elassie can surely detect the lowering of our shields. They will undoubtedly try to board us if we lower them.
Mr. Spock, what is the condition?
There is no power allocated to the weapons system, Captain.
There is nothing at the moment. There is nothing at the moment from... There is nothing at the moment. There is nothing at the moment. There is nothing at the moment from... There is nothing at the moment for me to do.
These are the auxiliary...
Mr. Spock, what is the condition?
There is no power allocated to the weapons system.
These are the auxiliary... These are the auxiliary... These are the auxiliary helm and navigation control...
With impulse power online.
Weapons.
Captain, the Elassie can surely detect the lowering of our shields. They will undoubtedly try to board us if we lower them. I fail to see the... I fail to see... This unit is fully functional.
Yeah, I don't think that's you in the TV series either. It appears that Mega Balls they don't. I was just thinking there's something's not right here. There'd be some logical reason why we could use this transport now we've powered it. So it's pretty set to guide and it says, oh no, we're supposed to try raising the weapons before the shields, and you get some dialogue telling you that the torpedo bays are blocked, and then that allows you then to have a dialogue here to transport him down into the weapons bay. We'll have to restart the whole thing, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to restart.
The support beam is still attached to the hull. The support beam is still attached to the hull.
Captain, records indicate...
Any idea?
I am reading...
Someone must have...
May I remind you... Tricorder readings in...
They're dead, Jim. Oh. We're too late. This man must have...
Can you bring him back?
Punctured lung. They're dead, Jim.
You retrieve the molecular site.
I can't believe it. That's pretty.
She's suffering from severe trauma and...
Do what you can, Bones.
She's in bad shape, Jim. I've tried to stabilize her, but it doesn't look good.
You retrieve the medical drill. You fail to obtain. You pick up the empty. Nothing happens.
She's in bad shape, Jim.
No.
Murata, what happened? What about the Enterprise? It wasn't the...
There's nothing.
Well, gentlemen, let's see if we can...
Captain, the support beam for the ceiling is damaged here. There will be no way to safely clear out the debris with...
You fail to obtain anything. You fail to obtain any. The molecular cell. You pick up.
This person's dead, Jim.
The ceiling appears stable. We should now be able to use Turbo Lift 2, Captain. Captain, it would be unwise to... Captain, I'm picking up a functioning energy.
Oh my God, Jim, is that what I think it is?
Yes, Doctor. It is a portable fusion power pack.
A fusion?
Actually, Doctor...
Thank you, Spock. I think...
You pick up the portable fusion power pack.
Okay, so, into here.
This is an engineering... This is an engineering
The closet opens, revealing a library of engineering technical journals. You take the engineering... The hypo is now...
Oh, I went in the cable there.
This person's dead.
This is an engineering...
You fail to obtain any... You've taken the cable. The panel has been fastened shut with some... Nothing happens. Nothing happens. The drill easily breaks through the... The panel opens easily. The oil seeps into and loosens the... The gears are completely cleared of debris. You fail to obtain anything. You take the record decks.
Captain's log. Captain's log. Stardate. Captain's log.
There are no more log deck.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Captain, I have examined the...
Jim, did we...
Spock, just...
Why, yes, Captain.
Need the other wire. Where was the other wire?
This turbo lift.
You fail to obtain...
No, it's alright, I know what we're doing. You go down the transporter, that's where the other cable is.
You fail to obtain...
This person's dead, Jim.
Captain, please be careful.
You fail to obtain. You fail to obtain. You pick up a length of cable.
There we go, we've got the other cable I think we needed. Right. Now we go back to engineering.
You connect a length of cable between the impulse engine and the junction box.
Same with the other one.
You connect a length of cable.
Please select an...
Spock?
Captain, the
Go ahead and adjust.
power has now been... Impulse power is functioning.
Right, now back to auxiliary control.
This turbo lift cannot...
Mr. Spock, what is the status?
There is extensive...
We don't have...
Unless we can...
That's just great.
Correct, Doctor.
Thank goodness for...
Spock crudely attaches the science track. Spock crudely attaches the medical.
Both tricorders are rigged. With impulse power online and the tricorders perform...
Weapons.
Power allocated to weapons systems, Captain.
Captain, I suggest we try to raise the shields.
Captain, look! And a lot...
That ship was cloaked.
Fascinating.
Is that all you can say?
Captain, I suggest we try to raise the shields. The torpedo warning systems are showing a malfunction in the torpedo loading bay.
Well, something needed.
With impulse power online...
Weapons. Shields.
Shields are up.
Captain, we are being hailed by the Alassi captain.
Put it on screen, Spock.
Well, if it isn't Captain Kirk. Fancy meeting you out here all alone in such a shabby starship.
What do you want?
You should be more civil, considering your Enterprise is far away on a mercy mission helping that poor traitor.
It was a setup?
I can see why they made you captain.
I assume since you haven't blasted us to bits, you want something.
Why, yes I do. It seems you failed to give one of my associates some rather important information.
The Masada, I presume. You want the locations of all your imprisoned comrades?
Yes, Kirk. The Republic's computers will have the data just as your Enterprise would. I give you 1 minute to comply.
Just try and get it. You can't threaten me. It will take time.
Maybe I should just pump a few torpedoes into your shields and check it out for myself.
The Republic will fall apart if you fire on us. Then you'll never get the data.
All right, Kirk. We'll do it your way. I would rather not kill you. Besides, as an old friend that wants to meet you, I give you 30 minutes. And remember, no tricks.
Captain, the main computer is far beyond.
Shut up, Spock.
30 minutes then. Kirk out.
I think I know what I've done. I think I figured it out. It was that because I hadn't tried the weapons before, we didn't get the dialogue about the torpedo tube being jammed. So therefore you don't get the dialogue to use the transport without the weapons thing. That's it basically. Right. Okay, back to the transporter room. This time we should get the dialogue that we didn't get before. As we check the weapons now this time.
This turbo lift.
We have to reload before because it's a bit of a bug thing really. If you don't check the weapons before you load the shields, you've got no actual way of telling that the torpedo bays are jammed, and therefore you don't get the dialogue to go down the weapons bay. You have to reload.
Spock, would it be possible to connect the fusion power pack directly into the transporter power?
Fascinating. It can be done. However, the transporter will only be able to transport a single person.
Basically,
Do it,
if you
Spock.
overlook it, you can't finish the mission, basically. You have to reload.
This unit is fully functional. Captain, there are no coordinates set for the transporter. Captain, there are no coordinates. I fail to see the...
Why are we not getting the dialogue?
Ready for your orders, sir.
We don't have much.
This is it. We know. Spock, please check out the
This unit is fully functional, but...
It should be coming up with an option to set the coordinates to transport bay. But it's not doing that.
Captain, there are no coordinates set for the transporter. I fail to see the...
Why is it not giving me the option to set the coordinates?
This unit is fully functional. I fail to see the... I fail to...
Well, we're stuck again because we need to boom down the weapons bay and we're not getting the dialogue to do it. Now, guide says original save. Try allocate part of the transporters. Back, run down transporter bay and go through the door on the left. You're still on time 11. Use an active transport controls. Put them in the fire. Use fusion power box on the red box. Doing that. Power up controls. Use block on the blue screen on the right side of the console. The security officer will transport down to speed up bays and then close them. Now I've got the control room. Because I'm doing that. Basically, if you install the fusion pack before you got in it and raise the shield, you're doomed. Box will tell you that there's no reason for you to transport now. It will wander out until the rescue for you. Unless I'm supposed to try and put power to the transporters. No, I thought we were going to use it.
With impulse power online,
Weapons. Shield. Transporter circuit.
Captain, the Elassi can surely detect the lowering of our shields. They will undoubtedly try to board us.
Spock, what about the fusion power pack? Could we...
I believe so, Captain. It would require a connection to the transporter circuit.
Well, maybe we were supposed to unlock that dialogue thing.
This turbo lift.
Spock, please check.
If we get an option now.
This unit is fully functional, but I do...
Spock, please check out the...
Captain, there are no
There is nothing at the moment for me to do there.
Oh, it's
There is
bugged.
nothing...
I think it's bugged. Because it's supposed to give us the option to bring down Earth speed. That's at the very last part of the mission. Which is the right way? Allocate power to the shield right after you have to beat the base jammed. People here. Now try to allocate power to transport this property X and Y. So you didn't say it on Y, did you? Just use the power pack. We did get that dialogue. You're not transport, but go for the on the left. You're still on turret. Well, use interactive transport controls to screw the power. Use mission path back on the red box. Done that. Power controls, top and blue screen. Use the right side of the console. Security officer will transport up to the visible platform. It's now 2 minutes. And basically we're on a time limit, so eventually the time will run out and the last ship will come back and blow us up. So the game is bugged. I can't finish it. Unless anyone's got any ideas. No, the save at the beginning of the level. But there's nothing. I followed the guide Exactly, so there's no choices that I can do differently. It just says to make sure that you check the weapons before you raise the shield and before you put the fusion pack in, which is the single powered transport, and we've done that. We've checked the weapons first, then we raise the shield, then we put the fusion, then we check the power of the transporters, and then we put the fusion pack into the transporter. And so it should now come up with a dialogue suggesting
There is nothing at the moment.
suggesting transporting him down the weapons bay, but it's not.
Spock, please.
This unit is fully functional, but I do...
He looks at you. He looks at you with a puzzled expression. He looks at you. He looks at you with a...
So, I don't know why it's not giving us that dialogue. What you got here? Where's the other thing? I don't understand why it's not working. No, you've got to do that. You've got to put the shields up. You just got to do it in the right order. Shields up, energy machine. So you're saying don't put the shields up? You can't fire a torpedo because the torpedo bay is blocked. You're supposed to transport the red shirt down to unblock the torpedo bay. But we're not getting the dialogue to do that. But this says allocate power to the shields right after you have the torpedo person jammed. So you say reload, do it again, and don't raise the shields. Okay, for some reason we're not getting audio.
The panel has been fastened shut with some kind of sealant.
Okay.
You fail to obtain...
That's not what the guide said, but okay, that I had.
You retrieve the molecular saw.
There's lots of Right, okay, thank you, Mr. Phoenix.
The molecular saw easily cuts through the beam, separating it from the hull. You pick up the beam.
We're too late.
Can you bring him back?
Punctured lung. They're dead, Jim. Oh. They're dead, Jim.
That's what that's the one going lucky. Yeah. Well, the guide says that I was using off game facts are just supposed to race the shields, so the guide's wrong that I was reading.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
The ceiling appears.
He's dead, Jim.
You fail to obtain any. You fail to obtain. You retrieve the medical. You pick up the.
I can't believe it. That's...
I know we've done it before, but it's otherwise it's back to the score if we don't do it all again.
She's suffering from severe trauma.
Do what you can, Bob.
She's in bad shape, Jim. There's nothing there, Rick. There's nothing there, Rick.
No!
Marata, what about the Enterprise? It wasn't the...
That won't bring her back.
Well, gentlemen, let's see if we can
Captain, I'm picking up a...
Oh my God, Jim.
Yes, Doctor.
If you sent him...
Actually, Doctor...
Thank you, Spock. I think...
You pick up the portable fusion.
They're dead, Jim.
This is an engineering circuit junction box.
Remember where to get the cables from again.
The closet opens, revealing the oil canister is the oil canister. You take the engine. The hypo is now.
You find the two cables.
They're dead, Jim. nothing there. They're dead, Jim.
You fail to obtain. You fail to obtain. You fail to obtain. You fail to obtain anything. You fail to obtain any. You pick up a length of cable. You fail to obtain. You fail to obtain anything.
Nothing to report. Nothing to report, Captain. Surprisingly, the transport...
You've taken the cable.
No way to put very good jumpers need there. Need the code thing.
The drill easily breaks. The panel opens. The oil seeps into. The gears are complete.
Mr. Spock, what is the status?
There is extensive...
We don't have separate...
Unless we can... That's just correct, Doctor.
Thank goodness for...
The impulse power alloc... This input... Nothing to report. Captain, I have examined the engineering journal.
Jim, do we...
Spock.
Why?
You take the record decks.
Captain's log. Captain's log. Captain's log.
Captain's log start.
There are no more log...
Steering. Low power.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. You connect a length of cable between the regulator circuits in the junction box. You connect a length of cable between...
Please select...
Spock?
Captain, the info...
Go ahead and adjust.
Power has not... Nothing to report.
Right. This time we'll not raise the shield.
Save new game. Replace. Delete previous game. Replace.
No.
Mr. Spock, what is the status?
There is
We don't have several.
Unless we can.
That's just great.
Correct, Doctor.
Thank goodness for.
Spock crudely attacked. Spock crudely attacked.
Both tricorders.
Captain, look!
That ship was cloaked.
Fascinating. Is that all, Captain? I said.
He tells you to raise the shield.
With impulse power on.
Weapons.
Power allocated to weapons.
Captain, I suggest.
There is nothing at the moment.
These are the auxiliary.
I fail to see the.
These are the auxiliary. These are the auxiliary.
This is the photon torpedo.
Mr. Spock, what is the condition of the...
Weapons control is functioning properly. However, there appears to be a jam in the primary loading mechanism. Captain, the torpedo loading system is malfunctioning. To clear it, we will have to physically examine the mechanism. Currently, all turbolift access to the torpedo bay is blocked by a hull breach. It is imperative that we get the weapons online.
Right, and so now we do the transporters.
With impulse power...
Weapons. Shield. Transporter circuits.
Power allocated to transporter systems, sir.
Captain, I suggest we try to raise the shields.
I know, but we're not supposed to give power to the... I don't think we were supposed to give power to the transporters, were we?
With impulse power online and the
Weapons.
Power allocated.
Captain, I suggest we try to...
Hang on, they're supposed to hail me. Chip's supposed to hail me, but he's not hailing me. Yeah, so that's a new problem, that the ship's not hailing me. Fortunately, I saved it.
Spock crudely. Spock crudely attaches the medical tricorder to the computer console.
Both tricorders...
Mr. Spock, what is this?
The tricorders are...
Captain, look! Analasi.
That ship was...
Fascinating. Is that all, Captain? I suggest we try... With impulse power on...
Weapons.
Power allocated to...
Captain, I suggest...
Supposed to hail me, why is he not hailing me?
Mr. Spock, what is the condition?
Weapons control is... Captain, the torpedo loading system...
There is nothing at the moment. There is nothing at the moment.
You know what you're saying about not putting the shields up, Chris? They're not hailing me. They haven't got the shields up.
This turbo lift cannot...
No, that's not where we want to be. Yes, we've done that. We got the dialogue about the weapon system. Just saw it on the screen. They're not hailing us because the shields are down. So the shields have to be up.
I failed to see... Captain, there is no power.
Spock, would it be possible?
Fascinating. It can be done. However, the transporter will...
Do it, Spock.
We've got the dialogue now.
The landing party has been taken captive by the Alasi, and you know Starfleet does not negotiate with terrorists. As you look forward to a long captivity, you wonder who will take over command of the Enterprise. Better luck next time. Load a previously saved game.
You failed, somehow.
Restart, quit the game. Load
What?
a previously saved game.
We failed.
Spock crudely
There's nothing there. There's nothing there requiring a...
Spock crudely attacked.
Both tricorders... With impulse power online...
Weapons.
Power allocated to...
Captain, I suggest...
Captain, look!
And that ship was close.
Fascinating. Is that all you can... Captain, I suggest we try...
Look, and then you click on here.
Mr. Spock, what is the condition?
Weapons control is
This is where you
functioning
touch about
properly.
the
However, there
torpedoes.
appears to be a jam in the primary loading mechanism.
Send it
Captain,
torpedoes.
the torpedo loading system is malfunctioning. To clear it, we will have to physically examine...
We've got that.
With impulse power...
Weapons. Shields.
Shields are up, sir.
Let's see if we now hail this.
Captain, we are
Yeah,
being
you've
hailed
gotta have
by
the
the
shield up,
Alasi, Captain.
Because he doesn't
Put it
hail
on
if he
screen,
don't have
Spock.
the shield up.
Well, if it isn't Captain Kirk.
What do you want?
You should be more civil.
It was a setup?
I can see...
I assume since you...
Why?
The Masada.
Yes, Kirk.
Just try and get it. You can't. It will take time.
Maybe I...
The Republic will follow...
All right, Kirk.
Captain, the main computer is far beyond...
Shut up.
30
we'll
minutes
see.
then. Kirk out.
We'll see. We'll go back down to transport to see if we've got the option. If we haven't, the game's bugged. Yeah. Because effectively, if it's a situation where you can't have the shields up to use the transporter, but you can't have the shields up to, you've got to have shields up to have the hail, then the game is bugged, basically.
This turbo lift cannot reach that area of the ship.
Because you use a transport, you can't have the shields up. But in order to get the hail, you've got to have the shields up. And when we're trying to go to the transport without getting the hail, we failed the game. So...
Spock, would it be
fascinating?
Do it, Spock.
Let's see if we now get the dialogue.
I fail to see the lot.
Spock, please.
We get, if we set the coordinates now to the thing.
Transporter
There we
systems
go.
are operational, Captain. Coordinates have been set to the Photon Torpedo loading bay.
There is nothing at the moment from. There is nothing at the moment. There is nothing at the moment from.
I fail to see the...
Ensign Keege, I want you to beam
There we
into the
go.
torpedo bay and unjam the
You've
loading
gotta have the
mechanism.
shields up.
If you don't succeed, we'll all be on permanent shore leave in an Alasi jail.
I'll do my best,
You
sir.
basically got to do weapons, power the weapons, then power to the transporters,
Do it,
then
Spock.
power to the shields. So you get the hail, and then come down to the... And if you don't do all them steps in that order,
I've reached the torpedo loading bay, Captain.
you can't do it.
It's not too badly damaged, fortunately.
What's causing the malfunction in the loading mechanism?
The inner loading door is stuck in a closed position. Now, I can force it open, but when the loading cycle has begun, the room will lose pressure. We won't be able to beam back here again.
Do it, Ensign. We'll just have to gamble that the system doesn't jam again.
The door's open, Captain. I'm ready to transport back.
Beam him back, Spock.
Now, beam back up.
Well, Captain Kirk, I trust you.
Not yet. We're having trouble accessing all the data files. Yes, we have. You'll have to beam over and get it, though. The computer's subspace transmitter is out.
How convenient, Kirk. We'll beam over, but no tricks. My sensors read that only your shields have power. Lower them now.
We'll comply. Kirk out.
Switch power to nearly.
With impulse power online and the...
Weapons. Shields. Weapons.
Power allocated to weapons systems, Captain.
Sensors indicate that the Alassi ship has lowered its shields. I suggest we prepare your surprise soon, Captain. They will beam over any moment.
Mr. Spock, what is the...
Photon torpedo...
Mr. Spock, what is the condition?
Photon torpedoes are...
There is nothing at the moment. There is nothing at the moment for me to do.
Fire the torpedo.
There is nothing at the moment for me to do.
With impulse power...
Weapons.
Power allocated to...
Sensors indicate...
These are the auxiliary helm.
Mr. Spock, what is the...
Photon torpedo... This is the photon torpedo. This is the photon torpedo.
Kirk, I should have known you'd try something underhanded like this. Weapons Master, fire all weapons on the Republic!
We can't, Captain. All weapon systems offline. Captain, the Enterprise is coming on high-speed approach.
Activate cloaking device, Kirk, until we meet again.
Not too soon, I hope.
Watch yourself, Captain. It may be sooner than you realize.
Enterprise to Captain Kirk. Are you safe, sir?
We're fine, Lieutenant.
Sir, we picked up another ship nearby, and we came as fast as we could. It appeared to cloak. Were you attacked by Romulans?
No, Ensign. It looks like the Alassi have been doing some business with him. Scotty, beam us back. We need to find that ship that attacked the Republic.
Aye, Captain.
Finally done that part. We only have to repeat it about 4 times.
Captain's log, Stardate 6089.6. We are in pursuit of the starship that destroyed the Republic. Its trail is leading us to the planet Vardane, a member of the Federation whose motives have not always matched the high ideals of other Federation cults.
Captain, I did not expect to hear you judge an entire culture. I understand the Republic.
I had bad experiences with the Vardane long ago, Mr. Spock.
Fascinating. Captain, I am reading a Constitution-class starship heading for Vardane at warp factor 5.
Captain, its transponder codes match ours.
Sensors indicate it is an exact duplicate of the Enterprise, including hull markings.
Open hailing frequencies. Increased warp factor 8. Send a message to Starfleet. Open hailing frequencies.
Captain Kirk, this is the Enterprise 2. I am Dr. Ayaz Burdell of the Verdane Defense Force. You do remember me, don't you, Captain?
I remember you. 10 years ago, when I was on the Farragut, we exposed your unethical practices to the Vardane Council.
The old Verdane Council. Politics is such a fickle business. The new one is much less concerned with trivial concerns. I remember your part in my disgrace, which is why when we began to construct our own Constitution-class ships, I insisted that we have our own Enterprise.
How did you manage to build a Constitution-class ship? You have 10 seconds to lower your shields and power down your weapons, or we will fire. You won't get away with this. The Vardane can't honestly expect to take on the entire Federation. How did you manage to build a
Our intelligence network is better than yours, Captain. How else does one gather secret information?
The last part.
You are a member of the Federation. You have signed Federation treaties.
And we shall break them. The Federation's interference in our internal affairs is intolerable.
You must have been building that ship long before the Turgan crisis.
Captain, all wars require justification. They aren't supposed to be fun. You have your justification and I have mine. Don't take diplomacy so seriously. However, Captain, I do intend to enjoy myself. I do intend to enjoy seeing Lieutenant Kirk's ship go up in flames. I shall laugh at the sight.
We'll see who gets the last laugh, Bridell. I'm sure you would. You're a fool, Bridell. We'll see who gets...
I have noted that the Federation enjoys talking, Captain. You may talk yourself to your grave. Prepare to be destroyed.
Save new game. Replace previous.
Raising shields. Arming weapons. Target analysis off. Target analysis off. Target analysis
Oh,
off.
it's the same ship, isn't it? So it's going to look the same on the target analysis. That's confusing.
There are several Elassie ships closing rapidly along with our twin. It seems Bridell has called up reinforcements.
Oh,
Weapons are offline.
Aye, sir.
Phasers repaired, Captain.
Aye, sir.
The shields are falling. Our weapons are up.
Aye, sir.
The Enterprise has been destroyed. Load of previously saved.
Arming weapons. Raising shields.
I know it's not a fair fight.
several Elassie ships closing rapidly along with our twin.
Aye, sir.
Our weapons are offline. The shields are falling. Our weapons are offline.
The Enterprise has been load a previously saved game.
This is hard. Ridiculous.
Arming weapon. Raising shields.
There are several Elassie.
Shot at by 3 different ships.
Our weapons are offline.
Aye, sir.
Phasers repaired. Our weapons are offline.
Aye, sir.
Phasers repaired, Captain.
Aye, sir.
Almost they're moving so quick.
The Enterprise has been destroyed. Load a previously saved game.
Remember that ships have damage control to try to stick the same one. If you control the B with another button, that's 0. So more speed.
Raising shield. Arming weapons.
There are several Elassie ships.
Lowering shields, Captain.
No.
Disarming weapons.
No.
Arming weapons. Raising shields.
Aye, sir.
Sensors repaired, Captain.
Aye, sir.
Bridge repaired, Captain. Our weapons are offline.
Aye, sir.
Phasers repaired. Our weapons are offline.
Oh, good shot there as well.
Aye, sir. Phasers repaired, Captain. Aye, sir.
The Enterprise has been destroyed. Load a previously saved game.
Arming weapons. Raising shields.
There are several Elasi.
Hammered already.
Aye, sir. Our weapons are offline.
The Enterprise has
think
been
we can do this.
destroyed. Load a previously saved game.
I think it's too harsh.
Arming weapons. Raising shields.
There are several Elasi ships.
Analysis.
Our weapons are offline.
Target analysis off.
Aye, sir. Phasers repaired, Captain.
The Enterprise has been destroyed. Load a previously saved game.
Didn't think I can't do
Arming. Raising shields.
There are several.
Our weapons are offline.
Offline already.
Aye, sir. Phasers repaired, Captain. Our weapons are off. The shields are falling. Our weapons are off. Aye, sir. Aye, sir.
The Enterprise has been destroyed. Load a previously saved game.
Arming. Raising shields.
There are several Elasi ships.
Our weapons are offline. The shields are falling. Our weapons are offline. Aye, sir. Aye, sir. Phasers repaired, Captain. Aye, sir. Aye, sir.
That's not good.
The Enterprise has been destroyed. Load a previously saved payload.
One more go.
I don't know how.
Arming weapons.
Raising shields.
There are several elastic.
Aye, sir.
The Enterprise has been destroyed. Load a previously saved.
Arming weapons.
Raising shields.
Elastic go. The problem is they're moving a lot
several
quicker than I am.
elastic.
Our weapons are offline. The shields are fought. Our weapons are offline.
Aye, sir.
I can see him, but I can't fire.
Aye, sir.
Phasers repaired, Captain.
Aye, sir.
I think we did some damage there.
The shields are falling.
No.
Our weapons are offline.
The Enterprise has been destroyed. Load a previously saved game.
Problem is, because you've got too many targets,
Arming weapons.
Raising shields.
There are several Elassie ships.
Our weapons are offline.
Aye, sir.
The shields are fought. Our weapons are.
The Enterprise has been destroyed. Load a previously saved game.
I'll leave that there for tonight. Because it's just ridiculously hard. We'll revisit
Yes,
it another
quit the
time,
game.
maybe. But we're going 3.5 hours and I need to eat. So there we go. Yeah. I will be back on we'll try, maybe at some point we'll revisit this because I would like to go to Judgment Night. So we'll maybe revisit this and try it again. But we'll be back on Wednesday for continue Retro Week with some DOS games at Exodus. And then Thursday we're doing PlayStation games. That'll be good fun. I'm not going to like because literally I need to go and eat like now. And probably watch we got missed 30 minutes of, so I'm literally going to go. But I will see you all again on Wednesday for some more Retro Week of DOS games, more DOS game fun. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Good night, everybody. Yes, I will. Yeah.